Good morning, friends. I'm Dan Benjamin. Today is December 18th, 2020. It's still 2020, it seems like. Hope you're all doing well. Put up a little holiday decor in the background just for y'all to help you get in the spirit of everything. Yeah, it's Friday. It's Friday, so we got this weekend coming up. And that takes us into really the holiday times officially start, don't they? A little note about YouTube and Periscope and everything else. Thanks to an amazing listener, viewer. It seems like I now have access to Twitter Media Center, which is, I guess, that uses Periscope's technology to, I guess, reproduce the Periscope functionality in Twitter even after they're shuttering Periscope. Okay, that's cool. I can live with that. But I don't want to rely on it. And one thing that I've noticed, and I mentioned this in the last episode. Oh, and sorry about yesterday. I was setting up some new things in the studio here that I had to focus on. And that led to me being unable to do the show at the right time. And then I had to record with John, and then I had post-production with John. So sorry I missed you guys yesterday, but I'll make up for it. I'll do one this weekend, a special one this weekend. So anyway, long story short, I'm trying to migrate everyone over to YouTube. And I don't know if you know this, but even after I say goodbye on Periscope and I stop streaming to Periscope, I hang out on YouTube a little bit longer. So you're going to be, if you live stream on YouTube or watch on YouTube later, you're actually going to be seeing a little bit more. Now, I tried as an experiment. I need to get your opinion on this. Okay, I thought at the top of the show, maybe whoops, wrong one. That's the one we want. At the top of the show, I thought I could do a little thing. Watch this. Tell me if this is like cool or if this is horrible. What do you think of this? I thought that would be cool to show that maybe once at the top of the show, and then bye. See, isn't that cool? Why not? Why not do something like that once in a while? And also, I have created because I want you guys to like and subscribe and ring the bell. What do you think of this thing? Oh, it's up there. What do you think of that? Huh? Come on. It's not bad. It's all right. We can do these things, I think. Okay. So subscribe to this channel, hit the little bell. The notification will tell you when I'm going live. If you have the YouTube app on your phone or your device, it will send you an alert just like Periscope does. And I'm getting pretty good about consistent times every morning for the show. So I'm hopeful that this will just become part of your day, and that eventually you'll realize this is the best part of your day. And you'll say, the only part of the day that I don't like work. I don't like pretending to see my friends during COVID. I don't like watching Netflix. I don't even like talking to my spouse or my kids. I only like Dan Benjamin Live in the morning. So I think that's what you're all going to say. I think that's what you're going to come away feeling. So I've also been working a little bit. I spent some time configuring the soundboard. Y'all remember the soundboard, right? So he's back, or it's back. So we will have some of that. And if that's not a thing that you like, guess what? Sorry, you're out of luck. So let's do some news, because there is some news. Oh, I also did a thing. The video card that I have in this PC has 3 outputs. It's got a display port, it's got an HDMI, and it's got my old friend DVI. And right now, what I'm looking at here, you know what I'm going to do? I'll do this right now, and then I'll post this to Instagram. I'm going to take a little picture of what I see. And I posted one to Instagram before. Hello, hi, doing a show. And basically, what I have is I have a little monitor that's meant for like a big, important movie director person to use on top of their camera. Well, it also works to let me see myself, so that when I'm looking here at the camera, I'm also really looking at my little screen that's right up there. And I see a live preview of myself, but that doesn't work as well if I'm showing something else like the web browser or a screen capture, or if I'm talking to a guest or interviewing someone, they wouldn't be showing up on there. I would just see myself. So they'd be on this screen over here, and I'd find that I was turning like that, And although I have a wonderful profile, I want to look at the camera when I'm doing this show. So I want to I wanted to see that up here. So I got a DVI to HDMI cable, $7. Come on, and it changes your life. Why do the things that really change your life cost so little money so much of the time? $7 for this cable that converts DVI to HDMI cable. I used to have 50 of these stupid things, and plug that in the monitor. So now I see a live preview of whatever y'all see on the stream. Very cool, eh? So when I have my guest on here, I'm actually going to see the guest talking instead of me stupidly smiling at the camera, trying to see the guest over there. So let's see. Oh, good morning, Alex, Ben, hot dogs and buys, nib lips, Alex, and hey, Garrett. Cornelius says, it's a shame that Periscope is going away. It's one of the few apps that allow background streaming. Now, this is a good point and a good question. You can do background streaming with YouTube if you have the YouTube app. I believe. Now, I'm not totally sure if that lets you. If it doesn't, you definitely 1,000,000,000% get it if you have the YouTube Premium, where you pay, I don't know, is it $7 a month? But then the other benefit of that is not only can you do stuff in the background, but you don't see any ads, no ads at all. So I've had that service for a long time, and I love it. I hate the ads. I didn't get it for my kids, so whenever I'm watching something with them on their YouTube, I'm seeing these stupid ads. I'm like, oh, right, they don't have Premium or Pro or whatever it's called. You got to get that. Then the ads go away, you get notifications, and you get the background streaming. So it's genius. It's absolutely genius. So I highly recommend that you get that service. Okay, let's do some of the news. This first one is a little bit about Apple. Well, technically, it's about Apple and Facebook. Facebook has attacked Apple because, well, they took out these newspaper ads. I don't know if you've seen this. These newspaper ads, basically what this is about, and I mean, I'm talking about big ads. I'm talking about full page newspaper ads. And basically in this article on Bloomberg, it says that they are claiming that the iPhone makers' coming mobile software changes around data gathering and targeted advertising are bad for small businesses. The ads, which ran Wednesday in the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal and the Washington Post, carried the headline, quote, "We're standing up to Apple for small businesses everywhere." And they're talking about the changes. So if you're not familiar with the changes in iOS 14, there are these changes that will make it harder for companies like Facebook to gather data about us, that is the user, and then send us targeted advertising. Now, you know, I talk about this all the time on the show. The less information these places have about me, the better. I don't want them to know about me or know what I'm doing or anything. But look at how horrible. Look at how horrible. This is a picture of what the ad looks like. Look at this. That's not an apostrophe in we're. That's not an apostrophe. That's a single quote. Come on. I mean, this is just garbage. It's garbage. It's garbage. Facebook, get your act together. Oh my God. Okay, so I'll read the Facebook ad to you. It says at Facebook, small business is at the core of our business. I don't like that. More than 10 million businesses use our advertising tools each month to find new customers, hire employees, and engage with their communities. And we all hate you for it. Many in the small business community have shared concerns about who's sharing concerns about Apple's forced software update. First of all, it's not forced. But who's sharing concerns about this? They say it will, and they have this in bold, limit businesses' ability to run personalized ads and reach their customers effectively. And they go on about they say, I'll just read this part too. While limiting how personalized ads can be used does impact larger companies like us, these changes will be devastating to small businesses, adding to the many challenges they face right now. Small businesses deserve to be heard. We hear your concerns, and we stand with you.
This is our concern, dude.
Well, my opinion is that this is completely BS. I don't think any small business that's using targeted Facebook ads, to me, I just think what are they doing? Who are they reaching? Who is actually clicking on a Facebook ad? I don't even use Facebook. I have an account that I use for like authenticating with other things, but I do not think of Facebook ads as a way to market. Maybe I'm missing out, but do you even want the kind of customers that you would get from a targeted Facebook ad? I'm asking you guys in the chat, is that something that you guys do? Am I missing out? Anything Facebook does, I don't know. I'm just anti-Facebook today, I guess. Okay. Let's talk about the COVID vaccine, right? Basically, more people are having adverse reactions. Now, we know we're going to look for this, and the news is going to be quick to jump on this, right? But there's an Alaska healthcare worker had an adverse reaction after the COVID-19 vaccination. They are doing well, though, after suffering this adverse reaction. They got it minutes after getting Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine. Now, the thing that I think is interesting about this is that people are getting the reactions basically immediately. It's not like you get it and then days and days and days later, you maybe seem to get sick from it. It seems like it is happening essentially immediately. And that was honestly, that was my hope, was that would happen, because you want to know right away. And so basically I'm thinking you go and you get the vaccine and you're sitting there and your doctor's like looking at you and you're like, all right, I'm okay. And then you wait a little bit longer, and then
guess what? I'm dying.
Then you get treated in whatever way that you need to get treated. And they say, this person was admitted to Bartlett Hospital's emergency room where symptoms resolved within moments of receiving epinephrine. I've never seen it spelled that way before. Okay. You learn something new every day. All right. She also received Pepcid and Benadryl via an intravenous drip, according to a press release, and she's in stable condition and scheduled to be released later Wednesday. Here's a weird question. I guess if you have a reaction to this vaccine, right, and they give you stuff to like help you with the reaction, the vaccine's still in there, right? It still got in there and it still works, right? Anyway, in the chat room, Eric says, who's reading a full-page newspaper ad? I guess just me. And Garrett says, 100% with you. Facebook's whole premise seems like desperate mental gymnastics. Seriously, maybe I should, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take out some Facebook ads for Fireside, fireside.fm, podcast hosting platform, and see if it's effective. Should we do this as a little test? Should I buy like $20 worth of Facebook ads and see if it does anything? I don't know. It seems silly. Okay. Our next story, Twitter has abandoned the quote tweet initiative. So did you notice in Twitter that when you would hit the retweet button, instead of just retweeting it, it would actually pop up a window where I guess ostensibly you were supposed to be typing in there? No. Did you ever type in there? I didn't usually. That's not how I think of retweeting. I want to just retweet it and get out of there. But this kind of forced you into a quote tweet. Well, they have abandoned this initiative. This is a report by 9to5Mac. It says they are now calling it an experiment. Twitter's abandoned an experiment intended to reduce the spread of disinformation by eliminating the option for unthinking retweeting. They were prompting people to use quote tweets only, so you had to add some commentary of your own. Half the time I would just leave it blank and retweet it. Their theory was that this would lead people to retweet more carefully and thoughtfully. However, the company said that this didn't actually happen and that it reduced engagement on the platform by cutting retweeting by a fifth. So people just stopped retweeting. Nice idea, Twitter. Our next story is talking about the cold winter and the snow. Some people are getting over 2 feet of snow, especially across upstate New York. I actually messaged one of my friends in upstate New York and asked them if it was snowing and if it was bad, and they never replied. I can only assume that they are buried under the snow. But on Thursday morning, which is the last time this particular article was updated, they already had 6.5 inches of sleet and snow in Central Park in New York City. They said that it is a major thing. So are you up there in New York? Do I have any listeners up there in New York who can report in and tell me about this? Okay. Now, this thing twice this last week, twice this last week. Two different stores, Best Buy and Walmart, both had a small restock of PlayStation 5s. And guess what? Again, same thing. The bots and the scripts and all of that stuff came in and bought up everything.
8-year-old.
So immature. Can't get a PlayStation 5? Meet the Grinch bots snapping up the holiday's hottest gift. This is a report on the Washington Post talking about exactly what we're talking about here. And this is an article by Jeffrey A. Fowler and Heather Kelly. This Christmas, it's boy versus bot. 13-year-old John Coleman has tried everything to buy a PlayStation 5. Coleman from Bowie spent his summer cleaning and mowing lawns to save up the $500 the game console is supposed to cost. He stayed up until 5 a.m. when Target's first units went on sale and camped in front of a Maryland GameStop on Black Friday, a month after the PS5's debut. He checks inventory alerts every day after virtual school, but still doesn't have the console. Well, same as me. There's another article about the Twitter prompt and them killing it. Bitcoin, did you know? Do I not? Okay, here's what I can do with this. Bitcoin has an all-time high, rising above $20,000. Do you own any Bitcoin? I bought some Bitcoin as an experiment. I think I bought $100 worth of it. And I said, this isn't going to be anything. I should have bought like $1,000 worth of it because this is absolutely insane. It's gained more than 170% this year amid the stock market turmoil. So when things go crazy in the stock market, people show up and go and get some Bitcoin. It jumped 4.5%. It's actually on, I guess Wednesday, it was at 20,440 because now large investors keep showing up and saying, well, this is a way that we can make money. Interesting, right? Do you have any Bitcoin? I'd be curious to know if it would. In 2017, it got close to 20,000, but people are very nervous about it. Here's a quote from Bank of England Governor Andrew Bailey. He says, and by the way, we've now got our music back. If I can find it, I'm using Farrago for the soundboard, and it's good, but there are some things that I really wish that I could change. And you know what? This is probably not the time and place for me to go into a long list of what I want to change in it. But like right now, I'm looking for the song. Here it is. Nope, that's not it either. And the way they have, you don't care, do you? You don't care. Well, I can't do the song because I can't find the thing. I'm getting angry. There it is. Found it. The Bank of England Governor Andrew Bailey has cautioned over its use as a means of payment. I have to be honest, it is hard to see that Bitcoin has what we tend to call intrinsic value, Mr. Bailey said in October. It may have extrinsic value in the sense that people want it. He said he was very nervous about people using Bitcoin for payments, pointing out that investors should realize its price is extremely volatile. This from the BBC News. Okay. 33% of girlfriends, yeah, 33% of girlfriends reportedly plan to drop engagement hints more than 15 times.
9 times.
Wedding Wire says, there's hashtag drop a hint is the name of their study. And did you know that holiday season is considered to be proposal season? Did you know that? I did not know that. It says this year women are going to great lengths to get that symbolic engagement ring, or at least that's what a joint report from Wedding Wire and Betches Brides is BETCHES, Betches Brides is saying with the survey. They consulted a sample of more than 500 women in relationships and how they're letting their partner know they're ready for marriage. 1 in 3 women admitted to plan to drop hints to their partner to encourage a marriage proposal, which may include discussing the types of rings they like or sharing wedding-related Pinterest boards or TikTok videos.
I need to sleep.
More than 60% of the study's respondents said they plan to drop hints weekly to monthly, while roughly 33% say they plan to drop hints over 15 times. So the most popular engagement hint women are dropping is focused on their coveted prospective ring. 55% claim they dropped hints about styles and settings, while 51% dropped hints about stone cuts. Other qualifiers that were deemed important included ring size, color, and what they strongly disliked in a ring. So I just want to say those are not hints for guys. Guys will not get those. They really, really won't get those.
That is incorrect.
What you need to do is you need to say, are we going to get engaged this year? That would be the easiest way to do it. Guys don't necessarily connect your preference in rings with the fact that you want a ring. Now, if they're very perceptive, they will, but that won't inspire them to do it. Guys are so concerned about getting the right ring or the wrong ring. It's just that in and of itself. So what you're doing is helpful, but those are not strong enough hints. They're still not strong enough. It says 20% of the women and here's proof. 20% of the women surveyed for the study said they've already dropped hints about their ring preferences. 1/4 of the respondents were more direct and outright told their partner what they want or sent photos of their ideal ring. Now, those people, yes, that is the correct thing to say. All right, next story. Zoom is lifting its 40-minute meeting limit for several upcoming holidays. Did you know that Zoom had a 40-minute meeting limit? It says that it's only for when you're having more than like 2 people in the meeting. So if it's just you and someone else, like if you're doing an interview or if I wanted to do a Zoom interview here, it wouldn't matter. But for bigger groups, they're lifting this. They did it for Thanksgiving Day too. But here's the schedule. It says 10 a.m. Eastern Time, Thursday, December 17th to 6 a.m. Eastern Time, Saturday, December 19th for Hanukkah. Okay, so that ends tomorrow. 10 a.m. on Wednesday, the 23rd to 6 a.m. on Saturday, the 26th for Christmas Eve and Christmas. So you can get the whole family together for more than 40 minutes. They're letting you do that. And then again, you've got it for December 30th through January 2nd for New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and the end of Kwanzaa. So that is the deal. Twitter says that it's going to start removing COVID-19 vaccine misinformation. It may apply labels as early as 2021. They said it's going to be removing tweets that make false or misleading claims about COVID-19 vaccinations. Any tweets claiming that vaccines, quote, intentionally cause harm to control populations or invoke conspiracy theories will be subject to removal, according to Twitter's blog post. Twitter falsely suggested that COVID-19 doesn't exist or espoused widely debunked claims may also be removed. Enforcement of the new policy will begin next week. And the way they're going to be doing it is they're going to be labeling and placing warnings on tweets that push what they call vaccine conspiracy theories starting early next year. We will enforce this policy in close consultation with local, national, and global public health authorities around the world and will strive to be iterative and transparent in our approach. Twitter can do whatever the hell it wants. People get very upset because they think that Twitter is some kind of a public service, but it is not. It is absolutely not. It's a private company. It can do what it wants. If they want to censor what you put on there, they can. If they want to delete your tweets, they can. If they want to kick you off the service, suspend you, whatever, they can. And there's not a damn thing that you can say or do about it because you don't own the content that you create on Twitter. You don't own it. You know who owns it? Twitter owns it. That's right. And so what else can you do except go along with it? This is basically, and so if you're a scientist and you develop your own opinion, let's just say, and you're a doctor or scientist, and you develop an opinion that doesn't agree with what other scientists are saying in the mainstream, for example, even if you have all the credentials in the world, even if you're a top epidemiologist, even if you created the dang vaccine, if you came out there and said something that was different, you could get censored, kicked off, whatever. How do you feel about that? How do you guys feel about that? In the chats, Brienne says, ugh, marriage should be an actual conversation, not cutesy hints. Niblips agrees with Brienne. I agree too, but A lot of women are just going to be dropping hints. Okay, speaking of Brienne, she actually sent me this next article, which I appreciate. If you want to send me articles, the best way to do it would be on Twitter. I'm at Dan Benjamin on Twitter. Oh, I can do the little thing. See, there it says at Dan Benjamin right there. So yeah, definitely send me links and stuff on Twitter at Dan Benjamin. You can also email them to me, Dan at 5by5.tv. Seth MacFarlane is going to reboot Revenge of the Nerds with the Lucas brothers. How do you feel about this? How do you guys feel? Keith and Kenny Lucas, identical twin brothers known for their scene-stealing roles in 22 Jump Street, which I haven't seen, are set to write and star in the film. They are co-writing the script with Alex Rubens.
That's your name, dude.
Who's done work on The Twilight Zone, Key and Peele, Rick and Morty. What do you think about this? It's going to... It says the upcoming version won't be a remake of the 1984 comedy, which hasn't aged all that well and has been criticized in recent years for depictions of rape. Yeah, I guess there was that in there. Instead, the contemporary reimagining will pontificate about today's nerd culture and what even constitutes a geek in the 21st century.
Pretty impressive story.
All right. Substack is doing some good stuff here. They have debuted a version of Reader web app with RSS support. Basically, this is their app, and it lets you do RSS feeds and reads and things right there. So it's all in one. I think this is really smart on their part. They're doing RSS. They're doing the newsletter thing. It seems like if you want to do your own newsletter, and I've been thinking a lot about doing one, Substack really does seem like the place to do it. It's a way to engage with your readers. You can get paid for the work that you do and make some money, and they have an app for it. So I don't know. A lot of people are doing this. What do you think about Substack?
It's mine, you understand? Mine, all mine.
Hear what you think.
Get in there. Down.
All right. This is more about Facebook. We don't need to talk anymore about it. Okay. This is something important. Okay. Tell me, what do you guys think about this? This is Taco Bell bringing back nacho fries on Christmas Eve for a limited time. What are these? Do you guys eat these? Is this good? Should I care?
So what?
After months of slashing fan favorites, Taco Bell is here to wish its faithful customers a Merry Christmas by bringing back an item they brought back around this time last year and the year before that. Popular nacho fries will be heading back to the now shrunken menu. The now shrunken menu. December 24th to lend a carb-loaded kickstart to Christmas, and perhaps as a consolation to fans of the potato soft taco, which is no longer on the menu. Have you guys ever had these things? Nacho fries. They were their best-selling product. It says that they are seasoned with Mexican spices and served with the classic nacho cheese side. They're available for $1.39. Are these things, does anyone know if these things are gluten-free? Because I feel like I need to try these for the show. I think I need to get these and try them out. What do you think? Is this something that I need to do?
Peanut butter.
I don't know. Oh, look. There's Richard Branson from the UK.
He has a French accent.
Nice to see you. So, I don't know. I think I should try these for the show. I think I should be a guinea pig and taste them so you don't have to. Oh, in some sad news, Boba Fett died. Star Wars actor Jeremy Bullock
That's your name,
has
dude.
died. He was 75 years old. He died in the hospital on Thursday from health complications after living with Parkinson's disease for many years. It says he had a long and happy career spanning more than 45 years. He was devoted to his wife, 3 sons, and 10 grandchildren. Whoa, that's a lot. And he, of course, was known for playing Boba Fett. Now, Boba Fett continues to live on, of course, but the actor who played Boba Fett is going away up to a higher place, we think, in the sky, perhaps. Thank you to him for his contribution to some of the best movies that have ever been made. All right. Twitter is launching its new verification policy. Basically, I'm verified on Twitter. But they turned that off and made it so that you can't get verified. And I think I snuck in at the very end there, basically just I don't know, by the skin of my teeth got verified. Well, now they're coming out with a real policy of how it's going to work, how people can get in there. They have a whole bunch of new categories. They're more granular and more defined as to who gets verified, the rules around how you get verified, and what happens if you are breaking the rules. You could be unverified, but the new categories include government officials, companies, brands, nonprofits, and media outlets, journalists, entertainment figures, organizations, sports-related accounts. And apparently they're not going to be like taking your verification away per se. But if you break the rules or if you no longer qualify, you could. It says they're reserving the right to remove verification. They might remove it from accounts that are found to be in severe or repeated violation of the Twitter rules. We'll continue to evaluate such accounts on a case-by-case basis and make improvements in 2021 in the relationship between enforcement of the rules and verification. So even if you're verified now and you break some rules, that might get taken away. So just remember that. Now, the last thing that I will tell you about today is an article on the Next Web, how to start playing tabletop RPGs like D&D and Cyberpunk 2020. And here they have a picture of some D&D dice, which are not just used for D&D anymore. And they talk about how cool these games are. And they talk about Dungeons and Dragons and Vampire the Masquerade and all of these different games that are out. And so they kind of walk you through many of these and how to get started with them, kind of with little videos and descriptions and things like that, which is something fun that you can do perhaps with the family. Or I see a lot of people that are playing D&D kind of virtually. And this is something that I've actually wanted to do, and I tweeted about it, and a whole bunch of people said, yes, we would play. I haven't played D&D since I was a boy, but I think it would be really fun to get back into it. So maybe we do. And we would like all get together on Zoom and play within our 40-minute limit or something else. And but I think, I don't know, I think this would be cool. What do you guys think? Is that something that we should do? Should there be a little like group of us who play and go through some campaigns? I think it might be fun. Anyway, that's all I've got for you. And I actually need to leave right now to do a little interview. So I'm going to end the show here. I know I said that I would hang out on YouTube after, but not Periscope. But today I've got this appointment. I can't do it. But I did say I would come back here on the weekend. So I will be doing a weekend special for you guys right here. I don't know what time, so check me out on Twitter. And I got to click this button right here, like and subscribe. Mainly subscribe and hit the bell, because that way you'll know when I do the live shows. But I appreciate you all tuning in today. Thank you very much for being a part of this fun show. And tell me what you think. I'm at Dan Benjamin or Dan at 5x5.tv. And I'll see y'all sometime over the weekend.